What they're doing, Mickey, he's showing you it doesn't matter what's in the comics. He can bring it out of the comics and put it on the big screen.
Never fucking try.
Monkey D. Goofy. D. Luffy. You're slapping this bad guy.
Why would they do that, bro?
Bro, because it's getting you ready, don't Yeah! No! What is good, people? It's your boy T-Rav. I'm back again with another video. Right now, we have the state of Mickey. Yes, sir. So right now, obviously, I'm coming to you and going to talk about just where we're at in the MCU right now, how my Uncle Mickey's doing, where I think he's going, and, you know, just kind of to generally discuss what just happened here in 2021. But not only that, we're going to go ahead and look forward into the future, because there's a whole lot of projects that I cannot wait to get to, all right? So, all right, going on this year right here. So we started off the year hot, right? Because we introduced all of the new TV shows that we were going to get that's going to interweave the MCU from the different movies and kind of be our bridge to take us from movie to movie, right? But what I was not expecting, basically, is for all three of the shows kind of to, three? No. Four. There's four shows that were kind of before all the movies that really came out in this year. So we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we had WandaVision, we had Loki, and then we also had What If. What If happened, I think, right after Black Widow, maybe just before Shang-Chi. So that's kind of where that fits in there. But so the other shows, they start off in the beginning of the year. And honestly, at first, I wasn't feeling them. I wasn't feeling them like that, except for Loki, because I personally really like the character Loki. I think that he's one of the more underrated characters in the MCU, and I think Tom Hiddleston is like actually a legit ass actor. And it's one of those few actors that I think that Mickey kind of, for lack of a better term, wastes their potential. Because Jeremy Renner, what you're doing to Hawkeye, all right, I'm not going to talk about that right now. We'll get to that later because that was the last show of this year. But Loki was one I'm really intrigued by, nonetheless. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier and then WandaVision, I didn't know how I was feeling about them. But I definitely want to say that once we hit like the halfway mark in those shows, they really turned up. I really like the dynamic between Anthony Mackie and then Winter Soldier. And then also, hey, we really got to see Wanda turn into the Scarlet Witch, because I don't think we've had another show where, there's no other way to say it. She was the villain, dog. And her role in Doctor Strange is going to be madness, no pun intended. Now, were they the greatest shows? To me, no, but I will say I think as a whole, WandaVision was probably the best show. Now, really, it's just where it gets to, because the first several episodes, honestly, it's not throwaway because you need it or whatever to kind of understand what's actually happening right now. But once you get to the end and see the full scope of her powers and what her powers actually are and all that, that's like, we're getting into even deeper levels than I thought that we were going to go with that character, to be quite honest with you. And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, probably the best action scenes and all that stuff. I'll definitely say that, but a whole lot of agenda. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it for you, okay? I'll point it out when I see it, all right? We know what Captain Marvel is. Same with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, what I hope from this point forward, you know, is because Anthony Mackie is dope. Like, if you watch him Altered Carbon, he is legit. So I hope that they use him properly and start putting some respect on his name and hopefully really break him out of the shadow of Captain America. Because that's big shoes to fill, you know what I'm saying? And Chris Evans did the job. When you think of Captain America, you think of Chris Evans. Just like when you think of Iron Man, you think Robert Downey Jr. When you think Thor, you think Chris Hemsworth. That's the problem that we've gotten to now, is that Mickey has to keep funneling in better and better actors to try and live up to how much pre-established history we have now with the MCU and the standard that they've set. Because for better or worse, the world is putting all their hopes on you, Marvel, because, you know, DC, they come and they go with greatness and nonsense. But for the most part, Disney and Mickey, you are the one that we have looked to keep the train rolling, right? Now, Loki is probably my biggest disappointment for a show. Now, because I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of slow. We take our time and don't really push the plot forward to really build a connection between characters that I feel like is actually quite forced. I don't think that the story itself is bad. I just think that they took way too much time trying to draw out this love story when really we should have been focusing on the character conflict that Loki goes through, other stuff like that, the repercussions of his actions, what they led to in his mother's death, and then his fractured relationships. Like that all weighs heavy on a person. He had finally gotten to a point where he was about to change as a character, and then he died. So it's like, to find all that information out, and I felt like he was about to take the next step as a character, but in comes Sylvie, and then it's like new territory for him because he's never been in that type of situation before. Now, where we get to by the end, maybe in season 2, they'll be able to really start taking the next steps with his character, but it was a disappointment for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what was not, and who will probably be the best actor to come into the MCU, obviously, besides Willem Dafoe, but one of the best actors out right now, and who's gonna be, honestly, I think he's gonna take it to a place maybe even greater than Thanos. And I know that sounds blasphemous, people. I know that sounds fucking blasphemous. But Jonathan Majors, okay? You can point to a lot of stuff that he's been in, Candyman, you know, a bunch of other movies. But this dude is a legit actor, man. When he started breaking down how Sylvie and Loki are so flawed, and his whole reason for his mission is incredible, and the fact that he's inevitable, dog. He knows all of this, and even if you kill him, he's gonna come back. It's crazy. So that's the person I'm most looking forward to actually be dropped into the movies, because I really do feel like he's gonna be the next big villain that all the Avengers have to face, whatever the new Avengers looks like, because we're definitely going into a place where the Avengers we've never been to before, because we got to create basically a whole new team, right? So then we move on to Black Widow. Black Widow was cool. Nothing really to write home about, to be honest. Not a bad movie. I can't say it's a bad movie. I definitely prefer it over like the first 2 Thor movies or the first Captain America movie. And I know like the first Captain America movie is not bad. I'll still say something like this is better. So obviously not the strongest, but definitely not the weakest either. But the best thing that they did with this movie, well, number one, just giving us more context on who Natasha was as a person, the Black Widow, that whole program and stuff like that, and setting up that network to have different organizations basically filling the void of the Marvel Universe and making it seem like more players are involved, just fleshing out the entire universe, just on the world scale, because it was kind of a question there for a while. It's like Hydra the only organization out here operating? No, it's really not. And a whole bunch of other people have been out here putting in that work, and we've seen it all along, but we just couldn't connect the dots, right? So the Black Widow program, all that stuff was dope. The villain in that one was actually legit, and the way she resolved all that is dope too. But the best thing that they did with this movie, let's be real, is Yelena. Yelena is the perfect replacement for Scarlett Johansson. I hope that they really take the next step and include her all the way into the movie universe, not just the TV show universe, because they did introduce her in Hawkeye. I don't like how Hawkeye wrapped up. I don't. But there is hope that Yelena, Kate Bishop, Jeremy Renner will play a more significant role in the movies because they could be good. I see the potential, but that show really just threw a wrench in things. Okay, it really did. Now, the best, I want to say the best sleeper movie that we got out of this year that I don't think was really on people's radar like that was Shang-Chi. Now, this is the first really full, Chinese cast where we're going full international, baby. No whitewashing around here. Mickey is fully committed nowadays. And I appreciate it because it does feel more authentic, even if we're not going, full subtitles all the time or whatever. I do appreciate the effort. And the guy who plays Shang-Chi is he's really good. And I like the character that they built because he's not this perfectly clean person, but he does have that humor and all that kind of matched the darker past that he's been through because his daddy was a bad motherfucker, okay? I'm not gonna lie. This dude living over 1,000 years and his title was literally the most dangerous man in the world. Stop it. Are you kidding me? The only problem with that movie is how he goes out, really. That's it. But now, after this movie, we've introduced one of the most heavy-hitting Avengers we're probably gonna have moving forward. Really, all I can think of is that, Thor can take down Shang-Chi, maybe Spider-Man now, but I don't see that, honestly. It'd have to be Thor and Doctor Strange. It's wild. So we definitely got another heavy hitter with that. And then his friend, Katie, oh my God, bro. Probably the funniest chick in all of the MCU. That dynamic that they got, just keep it. I hope she is included in everything that he is in because we need her around. She was one of the standouts in that movie. No question. All right. So we got moving on. We got Eternals. Eternals was the most ambitious project that Mickey's had so far. But sadly to say, it just didn't quite leave that impact that we were hoping for. Now, part of that is because you're introducing so many characters, but I actually think that they did well with how they were rotating certain characters out of the spotlight at first, bringing other characters to the forefront, to later bring those characters back and then give them shine and meaningful moments. The twist of Icarus actually being the villain all along was dope. It was good to see that, you saw the full spectrum. Obviously, certain Eternals had problems with the mission throughout and deserted or whatever, but some stuck to the mission the entire time. And that one person who actually did stick to the mission like that was Icarus, and he ends up having to go against all of the Eternals. Now, the places that Eternals can go, it's honestly, it's opened the door for whatever Mickey really wants to do. And honestly, I would say the same thing for What If. What If did the exact same thing. Because we're hitting groundbreaking stuff where we're not just we went from Earth to space, now we're going to different dimensions and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And different universes altogether. So we're really in uncharted territory. And then at the end of Eternals, homie pulls up what's up now, bitch? I'm here. Judgment time, all right? So we don't know where they're going, but then Thanos' brother is introduced. Cersei's man is a badass motherfucker with a sword. I don't know. He don't seem to know nothing about it. So I don't know what that's about and who that character actually is. But I'm personally very excited, at least from this perspective, right? Because this year, we're getting hella characters newly introduced to us. So now that we at least have somewhat of an idea of them, we can really start going hard with them. If you'll look back in the MCU, you'll see that a lot of people's movies start turning up after that first one. You got to get the origin out the way, and then they can really start focusing on the more important topics and things happening in the world. But yeah, like I said, man, I think it's because the MC. Cersei is not someone that we really care to root for. I'm sorry. She's a nice girl, nice person. I guess you could say relatable. She just seems like a normal chick, kind of, in love with the villain and all that. But it's I don't have an attachment to her. Her power should be devastating. All their powers are devastating. Even the little girl shows magic on level with the older Loki that we saw in the Loki series. That's incredible power, but I don't know. The people I was relating to most was Druig, who had heavy problems when they pulled up on the Aztecs and the Mayans or whatever, and he's like, I could stop all this right now, and y'all are just like, nah, let those people kill each other. And some of them were fed up. They had enough of it. He said, fuck it, I'm shutting it down. Icarus went and stepped to man, and Ajax let him go because she realized that she was in the wrong to an honestly terrible leader. You have to tell all your people the actual mission, okay? Let them come to their own conclusions. Otherwise, they're destined to repeat the same fate anyway. So, yeah, terrible leadership, but in the end, it all worked out for the best. Now, we get on to Spider-Man No Way Home, baby. And, you know, obviously, it came in second in the Maudie Awards. I mean, it was this close for being the best movie of the year. I won't go full bore with all the spoilers on it, but like I said, Willem Dafoe, Tom Holland finally taking the next steps, wearing the original suit, finally growing to the point where he is that Peter Parker that we've been waiting on, and now he's basically got nobody, dog. So it's like, we start fresh, baby. We start completely fresh. So I have to see where his character's gonna go, and honestly, at this point, it feels like he's going to be the next leader of the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? He was Tony's protege and all that, but he's definitely different from Tony because he always makes the Captain America-like decision. The hard decision that most people probably wouldn't choose to go ahead and do. He does it because it's the right thing to do, and that's the things that Uncle Ben and other universes and his Aunt May in this universe instilled in him. And that's stuff that's going to leave an impact on him for as long as the character's going to be in front of us. So, but moving forward, we are in a very, very, we're in a different place, y'all. All right, because Mickey is not slowing down on the gas. As a matter of fact, we about to speed up, okay? Because we just had What If in August, and there's a reason why I kind of didn't talk about it at first, because I'm telling you, dog, what they're doing, Mickey, he's showing you it doesn't matter what's in the comics. He can bring it out of the comics and put it on the big screen, okay? So whatever you think is out of bounds and not in play, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong, okay? Watch What If. All types of different stories linking together. That is what we are here for, but at the same time, they're all standalone stories. I love that. I love that stuff. I hope that we get multiple seasons of What If. And even what's crazy is that What If is low-key about to influence the movies, because Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. If you've watched What If, I think you know what's happening right now. An evil Doctor Strange. Are you kidding me? Is this nigga gonna kill Wong? I'm sweating. I'm sweating now. Dog, if he kills Wong, I don't know, bro. I don't know, because that's gonna hurt me. But that's gonna hurt me probably just as bad as it hurt me when Gilgamesh got murked. Because, we already know why they had to kill Gilgamesh in Eternals. Because the realest nigga of all time, if he would have been around, he would have put Icarus in the ground, okay? But if they kill Wong, dog, I don't know how I'm going to live without this nigga in my movies, dog. Because he has to be there. He has to be around. And then Caecilius, I think is his name. The fact that he's talking about your desecration of reality will not go unpunished. I love it. God, that is so dope. And he's like, I hope you understand that the biggest threat to our universe is you. It's you. And it is. That's what's crazy, dog. But, see, people like to disrespect Doctor Strange and talk about, he's the biggest villain in the MCU overall. Maybe, but maybe not, dog, because when you are at a level, right, where your powers literally affect the whole of reality, you know what I'm saying? If the Avengers wanted to come fight the threats that Doctor Strange faces on a day-to-day basis, they wouldn't know what the hell is happening. So I'm sorry. Let's give my man a little bit of a break. Is he fully free of culpability from the state that we're at right now? No, because my nigga, at the end of the day, yes, you have to ask Peter Parker, why do you want me to do this? Okay, have you tried every other option? Although Peter Parker should fucking know to go and send a follow-up email or whatever. Okay, excuse me, which I'm sorry, all right? But that's ridiculous. You're going to get into MIT. You're Tony's protege. You don't know how to follow up with college. Come on, man. All right, come on. But Doctor Strange, dog, Benedict Cumberbatch is on that level of a Robert Downey Jr. He is one of the better actors that they have in the MCU right now. Doctor Strange #2 is going to take it there, where you're going to get to see why. And this fight between him being that good and that evil side of him split, and the decisions he's had to make, and the way that he could fix a lot of things with the powers that he holds, but at the same time, he kind of has to just sit there and wait and watch how things play out. And certain things have to go the way they have to go. I'm telling you, Mickey's tying all this together because Kang was talking about that same stuff. That's why I feel like Kang has to show up here. Kang has to show up in this movie because also Wanda's going to be in this movie. You know what she was doing with Westfield, stuff like that. Like, she has to be in this movie. Kang has to be in this movie. We're affecting things at a universal level where the multiverse is real, dog. And if the Watcher shows up, I wouldn't be surprised either. All right? I wouldn't be surprised. Now, going forward in the MCU, see, this is crazy because, like, I just basically talked about all the stuff that we kind of know something about right now, what we just had in this last year, right? But let me run through it right quick, dog. We got Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, The Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. The X-Men 97 show's coming back. Secret Invasion. Blade. Blade. It's coming. All right? Deadpool 3. Fantastic Four. Finally in the MCU now. I have faith that they won't fuck it up. I will say, this is the last chance. This is the last chance to reboot that. Definitely say that. I Am Groot. Don't give a damn about that. Armor Wars, Ironheart. I definitely want to see Armor Wars, I think, because that's more with Don Cheadle. Obviously, I'd love to get a show where Don Cheadle's the main actor. Who wouldn't want that, right? Ironheart. Echo. What is Echo? We've got nothing on what this is. So I don't know what Echo is. But keep that on your radar. Keep that on your radar, because who knows, dog. Mickey is probably trying to be extra slick and slap this shit up on us before we even know what's happening. Alright. Oh. We got the Wakanda series. Also, see, it's like I'm getting a little trepidation. Because we got a new Black Panther movie and a Wakanda series. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Captain America 4. Loki Season 2. What If Season 2. Agatha House of Hardness. And Marvel Zombies. Now, if I'm just going off the list, I got what I'm most intrigued about. Obviously, Doctor Strange. Obviously so. Thor, Love and Thunder, don't care. I really don't. Because I don't care about Natalie Portman. I really don't. We just got to the point where I think everyone universally cares about Thor because he's actually one of the deeper characters in the MCU because he's lost the most if you look at it objectively. Mother, father, all his best friends, his brother. Yeah, he's lost basically everyone that he's got. His kingdom, his planet, his home, all of his people basically, except for a couple. He's lost all of that. So to try and now have his old girlfriend be the main character is like, I don't know about that one, dog. Honestly, we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. And then also the other one that I just don't know how they're gonna do it. It's the Wakanda. It's hold on. The Wakanda movie, because Wakanda Forever. How are we gonna do that, Mickey? How are we gonna do it? I could understand if we did the TV show first, right? To try and ingratiate the younger sister into the role. But to try and come out with a movie first? I don't know, bruh. I don't know on that one. Now, the one way I see this being rectified, right? Now, this is wild theory territory. I think we're getting hit with the switcheroo right now. Now, what I mean by this is that all this stuff that's happening right now, and then remember what's happening right before this movie. Remember what's happening right before. It's Doctor Strange, multiverse of madness. I think we're bringing Killmonger back, and I think he's going to be the Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan. Why would you not? There's probably the only other person who could come in and fill the shoes. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Because that's going to be the hardest person that you had to replace. I know that there's other versions of the comic where his sister is the Black Panther and all these other people are, but bro, when you think of the first black superhero in this generation, who comes to mind is Chadwick Boseman, and that will forever be the case. That's how well Black Panther did. It was a cultural phenomenon. This is gonna be the hardest one to pull off, Mickey. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very worried about you on this one, but I have to keep the faith right now. I have to keep the faith. I know we have to move on. I know we do. Like, I get it. I really do. But I think you got to be very careful about how you do this. But I do think there's ways that they can pull this off successfully. Now, when it comes to the shows, Secret Invasion. What is that? Nick Fury based? Secret Wars? What's happening? I don't know. Oh, the other movie I forgot. Ant-Man and Quantumania, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 3. More interesting, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because Thor's supposed to be with them. And now, obviously, the team's kind of different, and they're going to go get back. Or more like how they're going to pull it off. You know, I kind of want to see that because, you know, the Guardians movies aren't the greatest, to be honest, but it always looks beautiful, and then the team dynamic's pretty cool also. So they're fun movies. Like I said, Echo. I gotta know what Echo is. Armor Wars, I feel like is gonna play an important part, bridging the gap to some things. Loki season 2 and What If season 2 are going to be extremely pivotal. We have to redeem ourselves from Loki season 1. All right, we have to do that. I don't want Kang to be the season 2 villain, okay? I don't want him to be kept that small. He's not that small. He needs to be brought to the movies. Jonathan Majors is not someone that you bring in for a little TV show and keep him there. No, you don't, all right? You don't do that. Now, someone else that they introduced into the movies from the TV shows that I thought was a great move was Matt Murdock, all right? That was a sick little addition. And please don't tell me that you did what I think you did to Kingpin, because I'm not going to talk about Hawkeye, because Hawkeye is a piece of garbage, to put it lightly, okay? If you did that to Kingpin, that is the worst move you've made in a long time, Mickey, okay? But I hope Kingpin comes back, and that way I won't be so upset about that, all right? But yeah, man, so there's a lot going on in the MCU. Mickey is not slowing down. You know what I'm saying? We got to reestablish the whole Avengers. Where's the packing order now, dog? Because you got so many new people being shuffled in. How are they going to tie everyone together? Are the Eternals still going to be, are they going to be thrown into the mix with all these people? I didn't even really talk about Fantastic Four like that. And all these people are operating around the same area. We had teases in WandaVision that we was going to throw in X-Men too. So it's like, My goodness. Mickey, let me see the forest from the trees. But I guess I gotta wait like everyone else. So that's gonna do it on this video, guys. Please let me know where you're looking forward to going in the MCU right now. What were your best movies of this last year that Mickey brought to us? What are you looking forward to the most out of all the TV shows and the movies? You know what I'm saying? And what are you most afraid about? Because I think everyone has one project where they're like, oh, I don't know about that one. Let me know that too. I want to see where the people stand. But that's going to do it for me. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all those things there. Be your boy T-Rav, and I'm out.